Have you ever noticed that climbing the stairs or even a short walk leaves you more winded than it used to? Maybe you found yourself pausing halfway up, catching your breath and wondering when it got so tough. If that rings a bell, you're not alone. As we move past 70, our bodies start to feel different, and sometimes it's hard to keep up with the energy we once had. But here's something wonderful to hold on to. Your heart doesn't have to slow you down, not if you give it a little love and attention. Your heart is the unsung hero of your everyday life. It's what keeps you going, whether you're chasing after grandkids, tending to your garden, or just savoring a quiet cup of tea. As we get older, though, taking care of it becomes more important than ever. A healthy heart doesn't just mean staying out of the doctor's office. It means feeling stronger, more alive, and ready to enjoy the years ahead. That's why I'm so excited to share 3 must-know habits that can keep your heart in great shape after 70. These aren't complicated tricks or things that feel like a chore. They're simple, doable steps you can start today, and they can make a real difference in how you feel. So let's dive right in with the first habit, which is all about what you put on your plate. You've probably heard people say that food is medicine, and when it comes to your heart, that's spot on. What you eat can either give your heart a boost or weigh it down, and the good news is you don't have to overhaul everything overnight. It's about making small, smart choices that add up over time. Think about adding some heart-loving foods to your meals. Leafy greens like spinach or kale are fantastic. They're full of nutrients that help keep your blood pressure in check and calm inflammation. Berries like blueberries or strawberries are little powerhouses of antioxidants that protect your heart from wear and tear. And if you enjoy fish, try something like salmon or mackerel every now and then. Those omega-3 fatty acids are like a soothing balm for your arteries, helping to lower cholesterol and keep things flowing smoothly. Now, I get it. Changing how you eat might feel daunting, especially if you've been doing things the same way for years. But let me tell you about John. He's 72, and for as long as he could remember, breakfast was bacon and eggs. It was his routine, his comfort. Then his doctor pointed out his cholesterol was creeping up, and John decided to try something new. He switched to oatmeal with a handful of berries, just a small tweak. A few months later, his cholesterol was down and he couldn't believe how much pep he had in his step. It wasn't about giving up what he loved. It was about finding a new favorite that loved him back. You can start small too. Maybe toss some spinach into a smoothie, blend it with a banana and some yogurt, and you won't even taste it. Or swap out a burger for a piece of salmon once or twice a week. If fish isn't your thing, sprinkle some walnuts on your cereal or salad for that omega-3 boost. And while you're at it, try easing up on the stuff that's harder on your heart, like butter, fatty meats, or those salty packaged snacks. Too much sodium can nudge your blood pressure up, so reach for herbs like rosemary or garlic instead of the salt shaker. It's amazing how much flavor you can get without missing a thing. These little shifts aren't about being perfect. They're about feeling better. And once you notice the difference, like waking up with a bit more energy or hearing good news at your next checkup, you'll want to keep going. Speaking of feeling good, let's talk about the second habit, which is all about moving your body. I know the word exercise might make you picture something tough, like running laps or lifting heavy weights. But here's the secret. You don't need any of that. After 70, staying active is about finding gentle ways to keep your heart pumping and your spirits high. It's less about breaking a sweat and more about enjoying what you do. Picture this: a brisk walk around your neighborhood, maybe waving to a neighbor or two. Or a little stretch session in your living room. Nothing fancy, just enough to loosen up. Aim for about 30 minutes most days of the week, but it doesn't have to be all at once. Even a 10-minute stroll after dinner counts. The trick is picking something you like, whether it's dancing to an old tune, tending your flowers, or trying something calm like Tai Chi. That gentle movement strengthens your heart, keeps your blood flowing, and honestly, it just feels good. Take Mary, for instance. She's 75 and never thought of herself as the active type. But she adored her little dog, Max, so she started taking him for walks every day. At first it was just 20 minutes, but soon she was going farther, feeling stronger. Her doctor even noticed her blood pressure looking better, and those walks turned into her daily dose of peace. It wasn't about turning into an athlete. It was about enjoying her time with Max and giving her heart a lift. If walking's not for you, there's so much else to try. Water aerobics can be a treat if you've got a pool nearby. The water makes it easy on your joints. Or gardening, which sneaks in a workout while you're digging in the dirt. Start where you're at, even if it's just a few minutes, and build from there. It's not about how fast you go or how much you do. It's about keeping your heart happy and your body ready for whatever comes next. We've covered 2 big habits so far: eating foods that nourish your heart and moving in ways that feel right for you. There's one more habit that ties it all together, and it's something we don't always think about. In the next part, we'll explore how managing stress can keep your heart strong and steady with simple tricks you can use every day. Stay with me. We're on this journey together. Now let's talk about the third habit that's crucial for a healthy heart after 70, managing stress. I know, easier said than done, right? Life can throw all sorts of curveballs, and sometimes it feels like stress is just part of the deal. But here's the thing. Chronic stress can take a real toll on your heart. It can raise your blood pressure, make your heart work harder, and even increase the risk of heart disease. So, finding ways to keep stress in check isn't just about feeling calmer, it's about protecting your heart. The good news is, you don't need to become a Zen master or spend hours meditating to make a difference. There are simple, everyday things you can do to ease stress and give your heart a break. One of the easiest is just taking a few deep breaths. When you feel tension building, try this. Breathe in slowly through your nose for 4 counts, hold it for 4, then exhale through your mouth for 4. It's like hitting a reset button for your nervous system. Do it a few times, and you'll be amazed at how much lighter you feel. Another great way to unwind is to spend a little time in nature. Even if it's just sitting on your porch or taking a slow walk around the block, being outside can work wonders. There's something about fresh air and a bit of greenery that calms the mind. And if you can combine that with a hobby you love, like bird watching or tending to a few potted plants, even better. It's not about escaping life. It's about giving yourself small moments to recharge. Let me tell you about Susan, who's 72 and always prided herself on being busy. She was the go-to person for family events, always volunteering, always on the go. But she started noticing her heart racing more often, and her doctor mentioned her blood pressure was up. Instead of slowing down completely, Susan found a middle ground. She started taking 10 minutes each morning to sit quietly with her coffee, no phone, no distractions, just her and the sunrise. It became her little ritual, and over time she felt less frazzled. Her blood pressure evened out, and she realized that giving herself those quiet moments was just as important as anything on her to-do list. You can find your own version of that. Maybe it's listening to your favorite music, reading a few pages of a book, or even just closing your eyes for a minute and letting your mind wander. The key is to make it a habit, something you do regularly, even if it's just for a few minutes. Your heart will thank you for it. So, there you have it. 3 simple habits to keep your heart healthy and strong after 70. Eating heart-friendly foods, moving your body in ways that feel good, and managing stress with small calming practices. It's not about turning your life upside down or trying to be perfect. It's about making little choices each day that add up to big benefits for your heart. Remember, your heart has been with you through every chapter of your life, and it deserves a little extra care now. You're not just doing this for your health. You're doing it so you can keep enjoying the things that matter most, whether that's playing with your grandkids, tending to your garden, or simply feeling at peace in your own skin. Small changes really can make a big difference, and you're more than capable of making them happen. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Do you have a favorite heart-healthy snack, or a go-to way to unwind after a long day? Maybe you've already started one of these habits and noticed a change. Share your story with us. Your experience could inspire someone else to take that first step. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. We're here to support you with more tips and encouragement for living your best life at any age. Here's to your health, your happiness, and a heart that keeps beating strong for many more years. You've got this, and we're cheering you on every step of the way.